Hey everybody, my name is Austin Wright, and today we're going to be covering the topic of how to use a professional grade camera. Now, in this video, we're going to go ahead and cover some of the basics, such as your camera supply list, some of the basic buttons and functions you'll find on professional cameras. After that, we're going to go ahead and cover some of the most popular and well-known photographic definitions and techniques. And finally, we're going to top that off with some of the most popular softwares that every photographer should know about when finalizing and doing edits on their photography.
Hey everyone, for the first part of this video, I'd like to go over the camera supply list. In this list, you'll need the following: one professional grade camera, such as a Nikon or a Canon, one sturdy and reliable travel bag, such as a Tulio bag, which is shown in this video. Next, you'll need a reliable computer, such as a laptop or a desktop, which includes a memory card reader. Next, you'll need a 1 terabyte hard drive to plug into your computer to store all of your photos and collections. After that, you'll need a 100 to 128 gigabyte memory card that fits your camera's model. When using your camera, you'll want to use these basic buttons. First is the on-off switch towards the top left side of your camera, and surrounding that is the shutter button. This is the chrome button we use and click on one time to take our photos. After that, we will want to practice using the exposure mode selector. Now, if you're a beginner, I would recommend leaving this to auto, as this will give you automatic settings for all of your photos. Next is the T-ring. This is used to make images more or less blurry if you're not using auto settings. After that is your lens. This is the scoped shape part of the camera that is facing outwards towards the base. We use this to zoom in and out on subjects. Next is your handle on the right side of the camera. This is used to place your hand on to hold the camera steady. On top of the camera is the flash. Now, this is commonly used for portraits, as this provides more light to your subject. And finally is the hot shoe. This is an attachment piece used to put on a flash device if your camera does not already have a built-in flash. In photography, it's important to know some of the definitions and terms we use. The first one includes noise. When taking photos, digital noise can appear in the form of heavy, pixelated grains. This causes our images to look splotchy and distorted. The best way to counteract this is by using a lower ISO on your camera, and by also using dehazing and definition settings in photo editing software. Next is landscape photography. This is a style of photography that focuses primarily on wide areas of land, such as cities, bodies of water, deserts, and much more. Landscape photography can also include organic and inorganic shapes, such as man-made structures and natural-grown plants found in nature. Next is the rule of thirds. This is the placement of a subject within a photo that is purposefully crossing within any of the two vertical and horizontal lines to make it the central focus. After this is negative and positive space. Negative space is the unoccupied parts of an image. This includes empty, dark areas in a photo that balance out the positive parts of photos. Positive space is comprised of brighter tones. Next is contrast. This is the opposition of different colors or shapes to give more balance or layers to a photo. Examples of this include red versus blue, or textures, such as rigid versus smooth. And lastly is the golden and blue hours. The golden hour occurs right after sunrise and just before sunset, when the sun is low on the horizon. This creates well-known signature warm glows. The blue hour arrives shortly before and after sunset. This creates a blue and purple coloration in the landscape. Lastly, I want to go over the best software photographers should use when doing photo edits. Now, this includes both Adobe Photoshop Lightroom and Adobe Photoshop. For anyone who's interested, you can get both of these in the Adobe Creative Cloud Photography plan. Now, both of these applications act very similar, and with either or, you can utilize different types of changes, such as color mixing, detail changes, blacks and whites, vibrance and saturation, filters, cropping, and much, much more. With this software, you can change your photos however you want to make them look as clean and polished on the final product. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed this video.